beloved. Thinking outside the box. Those of you who are parentless, like myself, that's our gift right there. We got that gift. We got it in hand. We can think outside the box more than anyone else. Okay, we can think outside that little societal box more than anyone else, and we can make possible what those with parents cannot. Yes, we can. Who would have thought that a sangoma would be sitting in front of an American audience talking to Americans? Nobody. I was told when I became a sangoma, it's time for you to come back to the Southern Hemisphere and to do your work there in the Southern Hemisphere. They couldn't imagine that I could do it in this part of the world. They couldn't imagine that I could do it. But thinking outside the box, right? That's what we do best. That is one of the advantages that we have, because we are survivors. Yeah, bitch, if you don't think we're survivors, just think, look at it this way. My mother probably wanted to abort me, and she probably tried and she failed. Okay. One, I bet she was preventing a pregnancy. Okay, let's start there. One, I bet she was preventing a pregnancy when she was cheating with my dad. I don't think pregnancy was on her mind, because my dad didn't even know, my biological dad didn't even know that she was pregnant, right? I don't think it was on her mind. Two, I'm sure she tried to abort a bitch. I'm sure she did. And I'm sure she didn't succeed, because of course I am living proof that she failed, right? Three, then she brutalized me. Like, okay, then I was fostered, and in all that time that I was fostered, I went through some things, which I might talk about on my Patreon. But I went through some things and I survived them. Then I was sexually abused by our gardener from 5 years of age to like 7 years of age. Yeah, he sexually abused me, and yeah. And then my grade 6 school teacher, right? I survived all those things though. I survived every brutalization, the physical brutality, the emotional, psychological. I survived. So you're a fucking survivor. Yeah. You don't need anyone's pity. You don't need anyone's tears. You are a fucking survivor. And do you know why you survived? Because you thought outside the box. You did. And this is something that you and I are gifted with. God isn't stupid. He knew we were going to have a hard time in this safari. He knew it. So he gave us a little bit more than other people when it came to thinking outside the box. And so you know what, guys? You got to do it. And when you have what is called a crazy idea, okay, don't laugh at yourself. Don't say, oh my God, it won't work. You got to try it. Try it. Try it. That's why I was going to say I want to create a little pretty whatever. And I said, oh, fuck it, bitch. You're just wasting time. Just do what you got to do. Do what you have got to do. And I'm doing it, right? Thinking outside the box is one of your greatest strengths. I decided one day in America, life had become so hard for me. My papers were not popping. I was on a long waiting list that took years and years and years. And I decided, oh my God, I'm a Zimbabwean. Canada is taking Zimbabweans. I'm just going to skip to Canada. I didn't overthink it. I just got myself onto a bus and then a plane and then a taxi, and I was in Canada. Okay. And when people look at me and say, how did you do it? I didn't overthink it. I didn't think, oh, maybe I won't be, I won't get security. Maybe Canadians won't give me papers. Maybe that. I didn't overthink it. I just knew that if I crossed the border, I might get papers sooner, and I might be able to build for my son and I, because no matter what I did in the United States all hell was breaking loose and just shit was just happening. Now, I will also say to you, because I don't lie, my ancestors were the ones who told me, you have to go to Canada. At the time, I wasn't that spiritual, but we were getting there. And my ancestors, they told me, you have to go to Canada. You have to move. You have to get away from your mother. Because my mother is an American and she was in America. You have to get away. You need distance. Really, the best way of getting away from juju and bad vibes is distance. Okay, distance yourself from everything that you know. And the energies that you know. It also enables you to start new with new energies. Always. So how do you do that? By thinking outside the box. I mean, I did it. When I moved to Manitoba, I had nowhere to go. I didn't even want to be in Canada anymore because I was afraid of Indians. And I had nowhere to go. My fear was massive. Okay? It was massive. But guess what, bitches? I had to think outside the box. I had to say, okay, a normal person would be organized, right? That's what I did for South Africa. I was organized, and then I was derailed by one person. One person derailed me, and I just added one person to my plan. I shouldn't have done it. Again, another lesson I have learned that I will share with you because I forgot that I walked alone. I added one person to my plans, you know, and by adding that one person to my plans, my little fragile little plans that I had, they fell, they crumbled, and I had nothing. And I was out of money. Okay, so now what? Think outside the box, okay? I could not go back to Ontario. The Indians were on me in Ontario. I was not safe in Ontario. So I could not go to Ontario no matter what, even if I wanted to, which I kind of did, right? I could not stay in America because, again, I am stuck in that immigration loophole of America. I applied years ago and, you know, yeah, no, not gonna, no, I could not do it. I could not stay in America, nor did I want to. Nor did I want to. I had changed. The girl who left America to go back to Africa, when she got to Africa, she realized that she could not live in America ever again. My heart, my soul, it just said no. And again, remember, I had forgotten that walking on my own is the only way. It's lonely. I wish it wasn't so, but it is what it is. I have to accept. I have to accept what is, right? So I'm sitting in Kentucky, and I'm like, so no, what am I going to do now? If I go to Ontario, them Indians are going to kill me. They are going to kill me. So what do I do now? I didn't even know them. I did nothing to them. They've been stealing from me, but they're going to kill me. So what do I do now? So then I literally went on the Canadian map and I literally said, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a spider by the toe, eeny, meeny, miny, mo." Why did I do that? I did it to think outside my limitations. My brain was limiting me, driving me back to the old, and I had to think outside the box. I said, wherever this finger lands, that's where the fuck I'm gonna go. And the finger landed in Manitoba, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go there. And you will always hear bad things about what you've thought of outside the box. You always hear, but it can't be any worse from the way you were born, bitch. It can't be any worse. You were born to nothing, with nothing, to no one. than where you're standing and than where you came from. I did it. I made the jump. No second thoughts. I made the jump. And it's one of the best jumps I have ever made. Think outside the box. Don't limit yourself. Unlike other people, they have family ties, emotional ties. You don't have any of that. You're fucking on your own. If somebody wants to be with you, they would be with you. But they are not with you because they don't want you. You're a piece of garbage. You're shit to them. You're on your own. Okay, you are on your own. You therefore can move. You can keep on moving. You don't have to think about other people, how they are feeling, how they are thinking. You can move on your own. That is a fucking advantage. That's an advantage right there. Okay? You don't have to. It's an advantage. You know, carry your luggage and be gone. Like I said, think outside the box because you haven't inherited a career. Other people inherit their careers. My mom was a real estate agent. I'm a real estate agent. My mom was a doctor, so I'm a doctor. My mom was a nurse or is a nurse, so I am a nurse. You haven't inherited a fucking career. Okay, you haven't. That gives you limitless freedom within reason because you're an orphan. There are lots of things you're not going to be able to afford to do because sometimes you can go helter-skelter and then you won't be able to afford shelter and food. You get it? But it does give you the ability to think outside the box. It gives you the ability to say, okay, I think this is what I'm capable of doing and I'm going to do it. I'm capable of being a doctor. It's going to take me years. It's going to take me a lot of debt, but I can do it. I can do it. And you probably will be the first doctor for centuries in a family you don't even know. Always think outside the box. You don't belong in the box. There's no space for you in that box. Where do you exist in this box? You don't belong in it because you are without parents. You don't have anyone. So think outside the box. On Patreon, I shall put more examples of where you need to think outside the box. You know, where thinking outside the box will save you. Okay? Where you will be able to say, okay, you know, always be prepared to go back to square one as much as it hurts.